Yo, what is up, guys? Today I'm out here in the wilderness of Colombia in the forest, and what I want to talk about today is my own journey of leaving my hometown and leaving my parents' house at 19 years old, moving halfway across the world and living in Colombia, and also why I think that everyone between 18 to 25 who's aspiring to achieve greater things, grow in their life, should leave their hometown ASAP. Because if you don't, I don't think you're ever gonna grow. And before I get into why I think that's the case and why I think this helped me a lot moving here, I want to talk about the issues with staying in your hometown. Because the thing is, when you stay in your hometown, where you've grown up, where you live your entire life, you have a lot of people that you're surrounded with, friends you probably enjoy hanging out with. But the issue is those are the people you've been hanging out with your entire life. So they're gonna keep you the same way that you've always been. If you hang out with the people that you grew up with, and if those are people that don't aspire to achieve greater things, if they're not looking to maybe start their own business or have freedom or grow personally, that's gonna hold you back. And you might not even realize it because you've been with these people for a long time, so you have an emotional connection to them and you enjoy hanging out with them. Same thing with your family as well. You probably love your family, but what you don't realize is those people they're more stagnant, and by staying in your hometown you won't grow as much as you're able to do, and you won't fulfill your potential because you're constantly surrounded by people who are living in the past. People are not growing, people are living the same life over and over again. And if you want to grow, if you want to achieve greater things, you have to constantly be changing, constantly be growing and making mistakes and learning. And that's very hard to do when you're surrounded by people who's not doing that. So I'm not saying that you should just leave your family and never talk to them again, but oftentimes your family, they're okay with kind of staying stagnant, not making a lot of changes in their life, and just being in that position. And if you're not someone who wants that life for yourself, you don't want to live the same life that they've lived, it makes no sense for you to stay there. And that's what I realized as well, is that my parents, people I was surrounded with when I was living back in Sweden, in Stockholm, they are people who are more kind of okay with staying the same. They're not looking to make a lot of changes in their life. They don't have big goals and things they're really pushing to achieve. But I did, or I still do. I have a lot of things that I want to achieve and a lot of things that I feel like I'm missing, that I want to go and get and really push myself to achieve. And I realized the best way for me to do that is to change environment, to go to a place where I'm gonna be forced to grow, where I'm gonna be surrounded by people who are doing better than me, be able to learn from them, but also just go to a new culture where I'm gonna learn a lot and be able to experience new things that's gonna help me a ton in my life, Because I believe that when you're in your 20s, you're usually pretty lost and you don't know a lot about what you want to do in your future and what you want your life to look like. And the best way to solve that is by just going outside of your comfort zone, experiencing a lot of things, new cultures, taking risks, starting new businesses, all that kind of stuff. And that's going to help you on your path to figure out what you actually want by having those experiences. So what I ended up doing, I took a big risk. I was back in Sweden, lived with my parents, 19 years old. And I realized I have to make a big shift. I have to get surrounded by high-level entrepreneurs and really step out of my comfort zone to get to the goals I had. So what I ended up just booking a one-way trip halfway across the world to Colombia, to Medellin. Moved here at this point around 1.5 years ago. And I was able to come here, be surrounded by high-level entrepreneurs, network with other people, be surrounded by people that achieve what I want to achieve. And in general, just get into a new culture, learn to live on my own. And that's given me a huge amount of growth by experiencing the culture, meeting these people, learning from them, seeing different perspectives. Just being in a different environment has allowed me to grow way, way more than I ever would have done if I would have stayed back in Sweden. So that's what it's done for me, and I'm gonna keep traveling because I realize whenever I travel, whenever I change locations, I always grow in some type of way. And when I stay in one place, I feel stagnant ultimately. I stopped growing as much as I could. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep going to new places, keep experiencing new stuff, getting new experiences, and growing. It's helped me both personally, and also a lot in terms of like business and like income growth and things like that as well. So I think that's the biggest lesson, like biggest takeaway for you watching this video is like, if you're someone who's, like I said before, in your early 20s, your late teens, and you're looking to like really change your life, achieve greater things, and you have some big goals for yourself, like get out of your hometown, leave that place, take the risk, book a trip, save up some money, and just go for it. And like, you're never gonna regret that decision ever. It's gonna allow you to grow so much, and just will allow you to learn way more about life and cultures, everything. So that's really it for the video. Hope you get some good takeaways from that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Peace.